Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
How are you doing, Rubal?
I am doing great. How are you two doing?
We're doing great
Just passing through.
Alhamdulillah.
Well, you must be grateful no matter what. So
Yes.
Yeah.
So, welcome to
The University Hour podcast.
I am really obliged to be a part of
You know,
this.
it's the second episode that we are running.
Yeah, and I can't really believe
And my
that I am
first
being
show.
a part of it for like when it's like literally the only second time. So it's
Yeah,
yeah, it's my first show, so
that is my second show. as a
well.
host.
How does it feel interviewing me on your very first
it's not
show?
really an interview, but hey, it's nice to have a familiar face.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, for all that don't know, we are friends and we are talking about stuff like mental issues, running a brand in university and in
work-life
Faisalabad.
balance, education-life balance,
Yeah.
education-work-life balance.
So maybe you'll get to learn something new here.
Yeah. By the way,
We hope.
he's Faizan John,
That's Javeria Shahid.
and she's our guest.
Ribal Triple. नाम तो सुना होगा.
सुना होगा. तो Ribal,
I'm pretty sure पूरी यूनिवर्सिटी ने सुना है.
And still they can't pronounce my name right. Yeah.
what's with the name?
Yeah, everybody keeps calling me either Rabil or Rebel or like nobody really knows how does my name is pronounced. So
Ball.
Rebal, it's pretty easy
Yeah. I learned it because ball,
because
ball,
Yeah.
And I learned it because I have a junior in my school whose name is Ribal, but he's
Yeah.
a boy.
I know Rebal Raza, right?
Right.
Nice.
Such a great fellow. Okay, so we are going to talk about facing life issues, and let's start off like, what do you do?
Well, I am a student of artificial intelligence, as you guys know. But yeah, for those who don't know, I am studying artificial intelligence here. Other than that, I run my own brand, which is a beauty brand. And I've launched a product which is a hair oil, and now I'm working on the second product, which is a perfume. Other than that, I worked in quite a lot of offices,
Mm-hmm.
and
Use it as a marketing strategy.
yeah.
Definitely, she is going to use it.
Well, yeah, I worked with Javeria, and I was doing SEO there. Then I worked at a place where I was the marketing executive, and then I worked at a place where I was actually working as the admission officer to throw students abroad, if you know what I mean.
Inside joke time.
Yeah. Well, I do modeling too,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I am a photographer and cinematographer too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let us know that how do you balance your workplace and your study place?
Well, yeah, I won't say it's really easy, or I won't be, just speaking high of me. I fail at it too at sometimes. Then I am like, bro, what is the point of my life? Because sometimes you're not just getting the reward of what you're putting in things.
Yeah, obviously.
Man, corporate life sucks. I've been there.
Like we study. Like there's a whole chapter on just risks of business
Yeah.
and everything, and it's like, knowing that there's a loss and you could fail at any moment, and yet you decide to take a step. That's courage.
Yeah, like if you pass through those times, then it's where the good times come. But yeah, like working along your education is quite hectic.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get past through that, that's when you know that you actually made it. You are as strong as you wanted to be now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm having some hard times these days. I really like it happens that I have university in the morning, then I have a meeting in the evening, then I have a shoot in the night, then I have to cover a wedding
because
the same night.
ISEC, you work
That's
for
pretty
ISEC too,
hectic.
right?
Yeah.
And
Well-
TDA calls.
Yeah. And the meetings are such sudden at times that you actually can't be prepared. Like you don't have a proper schedule, and my parents are really tired of me just staying all day out and then just going to
yeah.
home only to sleep. So yeah, it's hard, but if you balance this is when you get to know what's the worth of your hard work.
So,
Yeah.
Okay.
And can you tell us a bit about your routine, like how do you try to manage it? Because it is very difficult. You said your parents
Yeah,
are
it's like
very worried about you, that you're all time outside of the house.
how do you manage your time between your there's work you have to do, and then there's study, considering
Do
you're
you
doing
even sleep at all?
Well, I do. I love my sleep. I don't compromise on that. Well, yeah. Well, when you're working now, what's the first point is that how much you're earning, and I make sure to prioritize the good earning over the less earning. When there is a meeting that is through a non-profit organization, and then there is a meeting or an event that is gonna give me some money, so I'll just prioritize that earning spot over the one that is just gonna make me learn something. So yeah, you just have to prioritize things, because at the end of the day, it's about the responsibility of currency.
Right.
And if you know financial literacy, that's when you know how to live or how to manage things. But yeah, there comes days when I am I sometimes I'm so exhausted, and then I just cry myself to sleep that what is the point? I haven't really gotten somewhere I should have been after all the struggle that I made all my life. But then I am maybe a little patience will get me.
When you
there.
talk about struggle,
obviously.
Javeri, what do you think when she talks about struggle? What is she trying to implement? That the struggle that every female in Pakistan or Faisalabad goes through, or is she talking about her own personal struggle?
No, I don't think it's just personal at this point, considering our generation is getting to a point where every girl from every family is out and about to do something for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you agree with that. Please agree with that.
Oh, well, I kind of agree with that, but again, it's about the
And
society
then-
as well,
yeah,
because
exactly, because there's this struggle of log kya kahenge, and there's this struggle of whether you yourself can do it or not. मतलब हमें शुरू से ये चीज़ बताई जाती है कि you're a girl, you should be, आपको आगे की सोचनी चाहिए, and
Yeah.
everything, आपके family की इज्जत, and there's this a lot of thing, and then you start questioning yourself. Am I even
You're
up
in
for
a
it?
dilemma, basically.
well, it's not that. It's once you are just step out of your house now.
Yeah.
I don't have any elder sister.
Mm.
And I was the one who broke off the boundaries of my house first. Even the young elder brother that I have, he's not really into work and stuff like that. But I was the one who broke off the boundaries, and that's why I'm called rebellious kid of the family. And family mostly hates me, and they talk behind my back. And I came from a broken family as well. All these things collectively really impacts me or in my life and my work and my
Yeah.
studies at times, that I am what am I doing all this for?
So where do you see yourself in the next 4 to 5 years after you graduate?
I see myself as a better person because I know I am better than my mistakes.
Okay, but where do you see as a monetary,
Kudos.
self?
I see
This-
myself as one of the most, successful entrepreneurs. I see
Mhm.
myself as the one who influences people, though I don't want to. That's not
Inshallah.
my core goal. And I want people to actually not validate me, but accept me for who I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what
अमीर लोगों से दोस्त
अमीर लोग?
अमीर
Yeah,
लोगों से
there's this
दोस्ती
thing
करती है।
in the university के रबाल जो है ना सिर्फ अमीर लोगों को दोस्त बनाती है. Is that true?
Bro,
कि
do you see the phone that I have?
इसीलिए अमीर लोगों से दोस्ती करती है।
फिर यार अभी तक अगर अमीर लोगों से दोस्तियां की होती हैं, अभी तक iPhone 13 Max Pro whatever the name is लेके ना घूम रही होती. Well, yeah, when you are really the one having the eyes of a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
you get criticized
A lot.
over such things. There are plenty of rumors about me out there.
But
And
do
it-
you believe that? And does your friend believe that?
Well, there
Like-
are people
I
who
mean,
believe
how
that.
would the rumors, hurdle you? You consider हाँ अगला बात
Professionally
कर
and,
रहा है,
socially.
just-
Well, if there is a person who I'm supposed to work with, and then he comes across with a rumor that is about me, but it's not true,
yeah.
that person wouldn't want to work with me, right? And it has happened to me quite a lot of times.
And I do
And then
believe-
I am like, what is the point of working with such clients who can't really come up with their own mentality, with their own, seekness of how you perceive things. They don't have their own opinions. They just listen to people and they believe it. What is the
Okay.
point of working with people like that? What is the point of having clients like that? Because for me, my clients are my family.
Mhm.
And if my family is like that, I don't want it at the very first place. So,
Do you want to
Yeah.
grow your business into a major brand, like J Dot, or
of course I
couple
do.
of
When you
infamous?
start a business, na, then you always are struggling for more, striving for more. And there is this one thing that is very famous about me, that I'm very egoistic, and I don't want any brand to actually look down at me. I want to make sure
I don't
that
think
Oh.
so. If you
You're
got
not egoistic.
tons of
We have been friends for almost 3 months and
yeah,
more than 3 months.
yeah.
So I don't think that you're egoistic. You don't have an
Yeah,
egoistic
I take
nature.
credits for that, by the way.
You do take credits
Friends.
for that.
Friends for 3 months.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She introduced us, and it's been going well.
It's been a good time together.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of mentality, like I wanted to talk about like just recently you were in a show, Taboo Talks,
Yeah, I was.
that focused on very serious matters about society and humans.
And street harassment and transgenders and domestic violence and broken families.
Mm-hmm.
And then it
Oh.
came down to rape and victimizing people and stuff like that.
Like, all of that. Like, it collectively connects to your own mental health. Like, I mean, people justify the wrongdoings to their ye hai pagal, isko issues hai and stuff like that. Like, how would you say like those things are? कि मतलब अगर एक बंदा इस कदर बेहिस हो जाता है, yeah, how would you perceive that?
Well, first of all, if there is anybody who is going across any of such mental illness, or who thinks that
Disclaimer alert.
they are not feeling so well about considering their mental health, go seek a therapist. You don't have to worry about the taboos that are going across.
Yeah. Add on,
Yeah, but-
I wanted to be a therapist. Abba nahi mane.
Yeah.
Another add-on: people don't believe that psychotherapist or actually therapist, mind therapist, they are that much better for you. They just say कि chai pee lo, you'll get better.
That's because their lack of awareness.
Exactly.
And how can you make people aware of it?
You start from your own self.
Yes, exactly. I mean, I have been a therapist for people I care about.
Uh-huh.
I second that.
I think every mother tries to be a therapist for her.
Thank you for calling me a mommy friend.
No, it's not that. Well, I think the very worst thing that you come across, or the mental problem that you come across, start from your family, whether it be your father or your mother.
That's a harsh truth.
That's a harsh truth,
Yeah,
but you have to
obviously.
accept to actually correct things. Unless you accept something that is wrong, you wouldn't correct it, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Alright.
You'll just gaslight it.
Yeah. And
Gaslight.
Taboo Talks was basically about accepting things so that we could work on the betterment.
Mm.
Okay.
And if we still just hold ourselves back from talking about these things because these are very harsh and the society will definitely talk about them, or just have their own point of views because they want to make sure that they are not being victimized or they are not being culprated,
Mm-hmm.
that's how things actually go down the drain.
Yeah, and when you talk about street harassment, is it the basic catcalling or
Well,
I mean, catcalling has become so normalized.
it shouldn't
These
be
days.
normalized?
yeah.
It has become so normalized. Like कोई भी छेड़ अगर आती जाती लड़की को कोई छेड़ा and you're just like, इसको इग्नोर करो कि वो आगे से कुछ नहीं कहेगा.
Yeah.
That's how the mentality has been shaped now.
Yeah.
Well, I
And
think-
that's how you realize how deep that problem goes.
Well, I would definitely add up that it's not only females that face street harassment.
Yeah.
Street harassment doesn't have to doesn't only belong to the sexual street harassment. There are males who just passing through the road and there comes a female or a kid or a male who would be like, "Kitna mota hai?" Yaar,
That's
iske baal
body
dekho.
shaping.
Well, that's just street harassment. That includes when you're just passing by and there is somebody who is just passing on comments to you.
Right.
I had a friend. There's a word, zanana,
Okay.
for males,
Right.
right? As though being called female is very bad.
Well, I know what you're gonna talk about, but yeah, go on.
It's another thing. So like it was around 2016 or so. Our very great family friends, they came over and they were
Mhm.
living with us, and good times. And then he just goes to Islamabad for some work, and then he comes back, खराब हालत है, सांस चढ़ा हुआ है, and he's out of his wits. And क्या हुआ है? मुझे लड़कों ने छेड़ा है.
Yeah.
Okay.
First reaction, we started laughing at him.
You shouldn't be.
I know.
It was
Like-
insensitive.
Yeah, that the thing is that it was so out of the ordinary ke, like, what? And it was like, this is how they did this. And then we were like, you could have just called, like, you could have called us and we could have come to you and stuff like that. The point being ke nobody at this point, like, कोई बचा नहीं हुआ इस चीज से.
Well, yeah, like you just told me. I really am wondering how much courage that person actually took to just come and tell you
Absolutely.
guys what he has been through,
Yeah.
what he had to face out there. And of course you're better than your mistakes now.
Yeah,
You
right,
realize
obviously.
it was wrong of you to laugh at them, but there are still people who needs to know what needs to get better.
Right?
What about, creating an environment where this does not exist? I don't think that's possible now.
Well, that is possible if we just go for influencing people, not influencing people in a way that they need to influence others, but influencing people that they need to get better themselves.
Yeah, I think it's in deep into our roots now,
Yeah, exactly.
We can't just pluck it out.
We can.
I mean, another thing, like, उसने उसको लड़की कह दिया, उसको बुरा लग गया. उसने उसको, like, you are an example कि मैं लड़का हूँ और करता हूँ, खाता हूँ, पीता हूँ. Being called masculine has become a cool thing, but being called feminine,
Has become a degradation.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Why?
A male, like when you call somebody a male, it is actually recognized as strength.
Yes.
When you call somebody a female, it is recognized as the weakness. Because I really wanted to talk about it.
Self respect की बात आ जाती है बीच
Self respect
में.
is literally, let alone
मर्दों में
self respect.
Yeah.
It really starts with females. Females that victimize themselves. Females that show men how weak they are.
They basically tell them that they are inferior, but they are not inferior, neither they are superior.
Of course. Like,
Yeah,
if you...
equal species.
Well, as we're talking about feminism, we all know feminism is not about equality but equity.
Equity.
But yet
Thanks.
again, if you're facing something and then you just cannot respond to that, but you think it is better if you just complain about it and make yourself a victim so that people fight for you. Why didn't you fight for yourself at the first? I was telling you guys how much courage he must have taken into
Yeah.
just coming and telling you guys about the whole thing. And yet you guys ended up laughing. Well, yeah, you're better than your mistakes, but there are still some people out there who actually lacks this awareness.
Yeah.
Like
They're
they
too afraid to talk about it.
people are too afraid to talk about it. I myself, like, it's harassment, bullying has become so easy because of the social media trend.
Yeah.
Like, people just
Right.
Actually, I think it's more lack of reaction to it. Lack of, strictness over the fact कि आपके साथ कोई अगर इस तरह करे तो strict actions लिए जाएंगे उसको बंद करने के लिए. But that is very, like, especially in Faisalabad. Like, I don't think इतना ज़्यादा इस चीज़ पर focus किया जाता है या इस चीज़ को इस चीज़ के ऊपर
Highlight किया जाता है.
Yeah. It's more like आपने ऐसा नहीं था करना. आप इस तरह
Well,
कर लो,
I
आप उस तरह
believe
कर लो.
that like the society is actually getting better because of the
Yeah.
cancel culture that we've got now, because of the, like, if there is anybody who's just texting another girl or another guy, like, with some explicit shit, like they can just post it up and there will be a proper backlash to that person by the social media
Yep.
audience, and
Yeah,
that's
that's
very
awareness.
positive. But now people are actually using it against the people who actually have nothing to do
Yeah,
with
that
it.
too.
They're using
People
it in their
do-
advantage.
Anything.
People do backlash, the person who is also just giving out his opinion about stuff.
Exactly. Even the backlash,
you're
the
using it for the
victim.
wrong purposes now.
Yeah.
So there are the pros and the cons of everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
obviously.
I guess balancing, like, if your life has a balance now, whether it be your education, your work, or your mentality, or your mental health, or anything, or in the terms of the relationship that you're carrying, balance is what it takes to have a good life, have a healthy life.
Right.
But we actually just, something overweighs another thing, and the things just get messed up. So once you have balance, once you have positive approach to life,
Yes.
you just succeed through, you just pass through everything.
Yeah, talking about harassment, how do you correlate it with the university?
Well, as we know that,
Got you in the corner.
You are in the corner, by the way.
if we're talking about harassment, then I would definitely let you know how I've faced this particular thing over.
But do you think it happens in the university?
Yes,
And
it does.
do you think the university should do something about it? Not talking about TUF, but in general, universities.
Well, I believe the university and the university culture is all about a guy liking a girl in the university more than the education now. And then if a girl just rejects, then he is out there spreading rumors about that girl. And it actually has a very micro dependency over what the girl does. But it's the huge impact is over the people around. Like, they really think it's very manly to, just cope up with their ego. When somebody thrashed their ego out of the window, then they just cope up with their ego this way by just spreading rumors about that girl.
Right. And the thing is that I'm going to correlate it with the same fact that मर्द की जो मर्दानगी है ना, वो औरत ने जो है ना, वो क्या कह दिया जी, उसको बहुत हर्ट की है. और मेल ईगो जो होती है ना, वो मतलब कि हर्ट हो जाती है. एंड ही इज लाइक कि अब मैं इसको नहीं छोड़ूंगा, या अब मैं बहुत बुरा बन जाऊंगा.
Yeah. So,
That typical movie which got viral last year.
Ruposh? Are we talking
Not-
about Ruposh?
not
I
Ruposh.
don't know.
I was talking about Kabir Singh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You get the
no.
idea, right? He's
Follow
dominant about stuff, and he's like, तुमने अगर बात करनी है तुम खुद बात करो. You have seen the movie, right?
Yeah, I have.
I like
And
that
I
movie.
was sickened to my bed that how worst of the content was it. Like, what content do we have all around now? Now, like, we need to work over influencing people for the better things, not for the negative things.
Exactly.
But the content out there is just, just making people sick. Their mindset's sick, their mentality is sick.
लड़की है.
But can you
इसने
change their
हिम्मत कैसे
mindsets?
हाँ.
हिम्मत कैसे की? भाई आपकी बेइज्जती करके चली गई है.
Exactly. यार जानी तूने बच्ची से बेइज्जती करा ली यार.
Yeah, that's exactly how they talk.
यार ब्रो, ये
बच्ची.
वही लड़की थी ना जिसने तेरी बेइज्जती की थी. जा यार, नाम ही डबोया है वो.
Yeah.
उसी सिनेरियो के अंदर everything just gets messed up.
I don't even like the term they call, bachi.
मोहतरमा.
Muhtarama is a good term.
Matarma. Well, Urdu is such a graceful language.
Yeah.
और मुझे लगता है कि हमें उर्दू में बात करनी चाहिए.
लेकिन हमारा अदब जो है ना, वो बद इखलाक.
भाई वाइट वॉश हो गए हैं सारे के सारे आजकल.
Oh, so we're there.
Netflix and
That's
HBO
where
Max.
we are
Netflix.
now.
Disney
Actually,
Plus.
yeah. Anyways, yeah.
The thing is, I don't think
Is calling a girl bachi, if we take it as the literal thing, then it's good.
that's
but-
literally what I was going to say.
But then when you actually call them out as bachi or bachiyan, then it's dehumanizing.
Absolutely.
That's dehumanizing.
Simple objectifying of women.
Exactly.
It's not objectifying women. It's like they are smaller and inferior than you, because bachi is used correctly for chota, choti bachi,
Yeah, we don't talk
like a
about
small kid.
we don't talk about, like, males really think that they are more strong because of the physical strength that they have, but they keep forgetting that, like, literally in opposite or in contrary to their physical strength, females and girls are allotted with, mashallah, a lot of emotional
Mashallah.
intelligence than that of men are allotted with.
Exactly.
And this is why there are more HR managers out there as females in different firms.
Right.
HR.
You're kidding me.
No, I am not.
No, that's
Like,
actually
there are
true.
prob-
HR managers as females.
They
Yeah.
trust me, because females, it has been proved that females are more emotionally intelligent than that of men, and men are more physically, strong than that of women. And that's how things work. Everything, like nature has balanced everything out, and yet we have the audacity to go and call somebody inferior and somebody superior.
Right. Well, I can.
mean, on the contrary, like if there's a man who is very intelligent and everything, and with more emotional intelligence and everything, you consider nerd है ये तो.
नहीं, उसको बेचारे को
ठीक है.
जनाना कहने लग जाते हैं.
जनाना है.
वो बेचारा जनाना
Right.
बन जाता है.
I had this, a friend of mine who grew his hair. Okay. Now this is not the friend that we are mutually friends with.
Okay.
This
well,
was another friend.
yeah.
So he
I
grew
guess we're
his
talking
hair.
about Anik.
Yes.
Okay.
So no, he's not unique.
Okay.
There was this another friend. No?
How many
So-
friends do you have?
I don't know. Of course.
I only have a few friends. Okay.
We literally passed through the university, and there is everybody who just comes and says Assalamu alaikum to John, and he has the audacity to tell that he has only few friends. Like, that's really
And then he
rude.
says, मैंने famous नहीं था.
I
don't know why I'm
Alhamdulillah.
famous.
Alhamdulillah.
He's the top-notch guy of the university.
Popular kid in school.
People actually know me. यार John के साथ एक दोस्त होती है. मतलब people are like,
Oh.
अच्छा आप John की दोस्त हैं.
reality check. मैं शुरू में I got like caught up with John, and everyone is like John के साथ जो बंदी घूम रही होती है ना, बड़ी level की बंदी होती है. And I'm like, ये best John रह गई है मेरी.
Like, we don't have our
Because my
individual
friends are the
representations.
best ones in the league, huh? So that's why. Alhamdulillah for that.
Alhamdulillah.
हम John की इज्जत बनाते हैं.
True.
Yeah, well,
True that.
getting back to the topic, what we were talking about.
We were talking about a guy who grew his hair,
Yeah.
like medium hair. And people started, like, basically teachers, our academy teachers, they were trying to, bully her somehow. Him somehow. They were like, Ruxana. Uska naam pad gaya tha, Ruxana. And they were like, Ruxana nahi aayi aaj class mein. And everybody would laugh and stuff. He got bald because of only doing this stuff.
Bro, this is really sad.
But, keeping the topic in a short way, the same thing that we are talking about, it's embedded in the roots now. It's very
Yeah.
difficult to.
I mean, you
Take it
can
out.
expect this from teenagers. You can expect this from youth. But at points, even जो बड़े होते हैं,
Right.
Bro,
What is
I
that?
believe the teenagers and the noobs are way more educated than bade
yeah,
log.
nowadays you can say that. Nowadays you can really say that.
Like, I think अगर आपने बड़े बाल कर लिए या आप जनाना हो, या तो अगर आपने बड़े बाल किए हैं और दाढ़ी आपकी बड़ी है and you are very masculine and macho ना, then you are बदमाश.
Then you are, हाँ, तालिबान के बच्चे.
Right.
Exactly.
And how do you differentiate?
Third opinion, इसको रोग लगा हुआ है.
इसको रोग
इसको रोग लगा हुआ है,
ये
कबीर
कबीर सिंह
सिंह
है.
That's the
Jinx.
jinx.
Another jinx.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
People actually are gonna know that we are friends.
we are
It's
friends.
very
We
clear.
do proudly
Yeah, we announced
claim
it.
it somehow.
We
Yeah.
announced it.
And everybody knows that you're my friends in the university.
Well, I had to talk about this very important thing. If we have this audience listening to us right now,
Mm-hmm.
I would really ask everybody to, just start with the small steps. Just starting
Yeah.
with your small steps to make your own self better can
To
play a
stop
big
being-
part in betterment of the society. You don't have to make anybody correct their mistakes. Just correct yours
But-
and have empathy. Empathy is very important. Have empathy for people around. Have your goals set it high. And this is how you can just make this university, this world, this life a
Yeah,
better place to
exactly.
live. Like, you don't know when, like, if you be gentle and kind to people, you don't know how you're serving them. But
Absolutely.
you are.
It's this exact thought process that has allowed tons of people to finally accept कि mental health issues की वजह से you get these issues and इसको counter किस तरह करना है. And I have in my life actually seen the betterment in this.
Yeah.
Truth
कि
be,
like
yes, sorry, go on.
okay, yeah, movements हो रही हैं. There's like every other day I see a certain क्या कहते हैं call to be kind to each other, or stuff like that. Everybody's going through the same thing or something, one thing or another. So yeah, like if we're talking about what wrong the society like has accepted, we can also say that the society has also started to begin correcting
But
itself.
I want to add here
Yeah.
this little point that everybody thinks that saying that your mental health is affected and you are depressed, it has become sort of a norm plus a cool thing to
Trend.
say. It's a cool thing to say now.
Yeah.
That too.
यार मुझे डिप्रेशन बहुत ज्यादा हो
यार
गया.
बहुत like literally यार पेपर गंदा हुआ यार डिप्रेशन हो गया यार. Like it is being very rude for the people that are actually going through this.
through that. Yes, exactly.
And
yeah.
I don't even want to tell I don't want to tell anyone that
Because
my
they are
mental health
definitely
is
gonna think like
affected.
their primary thought is gonna be, even if he is like going through this or not, or he is just lying like other people. And when you get made
I have
fun
heard-
of,
ये इतनी सी चीज के पीछे डिप्रेशन करी
ये मैंने चीज पढ़ी भी है. Like people who are really sick, like mentally sick, they don't tell stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
They are very enclosed.
yeah,
they're more closed off over the fact कि like अब इस चीज को इतना
Exaggerate नहीं है.
exaggerate कर दिया गया है
yeah.
कि like the extent of what they are going through, it won't be understood.
And there is always this subconscious fear that goes across the minds of people, that what if they just get called out for that?
Yeah.
What if the society wouldn't appreciate them or make them feel better about it? Rather, they will make them feel like not normal.
Right.
When you're not being treated normal, you feel
Yes.
weird.
Do you feel like we
Exactly.
should, as I said, the universities should run a sort of campaign about mental health, like
Well,
seminars and stuff?
I think we should be having a proper setup for the students that can actually just reach out the university staff, or
Mhm.
university में ऐसा कोई psychiatrist होना चाहिए
I
that
was
can
just
deal
about to
with
point that out as well.
that can just
like a
deal-
counselor.
like a
Yeah.
counselor, because
Yeah.
students need it. No matter how good you are from your family, how good you are financially, even only education can get you so depressed.
And it should be very secretive,
Yeah,
Yeah.
People should
Because-
not know कि ये लड़का आज काउंसलर से मिला है,
yeah,
वो लड़की आज काउंसलर से मिली है. So
yeah.
they are, if they know, they are going to hammer him or her कि बता
Yeah,
हमें
they're
बता
make
जानी
fun
मसला
of
क्या है
them.
तो हमें
Yeah,
बता.
exactly. चल तुझे चाहेगा बोला जाता है सब ठीक हो जाएगा.
हाँ,
Of
यानी
course, what
सूटा
are we
लगा सब
here
ठीक हो
for?
जाएगा.
The stuff, drugs also play a very bad role in mental health.
Exactly.
Let it be pills, let it be antidepressants, let it be smoking.
John, I would really like. I tell you that there are literally people who cannot go to the psychiatrist, and then they are told that this particular thing will make you forget all the things that you're going through. That's when you actually persuade somebody to do something wrong.
And it's a facade.
And it's exactly. So we need to change the mentality. Once there is a way other than these things, then of course people are gonna go for that way. But when there is no such way,
But the
how
thing
do you
is-
expect people to just not go there?
Yeah.
I mean, I would also add in this कि like now people would people will be like this thing is providing me with such ease. Now I will only pursue the other way if it's easier than that.
Easier than that.
I was going through this, there's this one day comes and you are like in searching in the wormhole of the internet and stuff.
Yeah.
I read this tab that New Zealand specifically implied a law that इस साल से लेके आगे जितने बच्चे होंगे ना उनको सिगरेट नहीं मिलेगी. Like if I'm born in 2002
Yeah.
और मेरे से आगे आने वाले जितने भी हैं, although that I'm not born in 2002.
Yeah.
So young.
So,
Well,
Younger than me.
I am 2003.
oh, nice.
I am youngest.
Okay.
Yeah.
People do oftenly lie, mostly we will talk about it later, but coming back to the point that
Well, I would like to add smoking is injurious to health.
yeah, they
Say
added
no to
that
drugs, kids.
2002. Yes, say no to drugs. From 2002 to onwards, every person who is going to be born in New Zealand, they are not going to be getting cigarettes.
And that's
I
pretty
think
good
that's
initiative.
A great initiative.
Like,
yeah, exactly.
जो already हैं, जो पी रहे हैं, there's this Lahori accent in me. हैं.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Lahoris if they're tuned in.
I have such great friends in Lahore.
Mm.
And then
Okay.
he says, I have only a few
I
friends.
have only a few friends. And he was literally telling me other day he has got friends in ISP, and then another day he was telling me he has got friends in Karachi, and then now
See,
he's
now that's the same. See, that's another thing. कि आप दोस्त कहते किसको?
yeah.
लेकिन हर दोस्त में हाथ में लाने वाला दोस्त नहीं ना आता.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah. Who said that?
be very, very
Oh my
considerate about the people you call friends and the people you call your
So
acquaintance.
philosophic, John.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Aristotle. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I think it's a very good initiative.
Yeah.
हमारी हुकूमत क्या कर रही है? They are implying taxes on the drugs.
Well,
But they are not trying to, put- ban it somehow.
I don't really know about Hakumat or government, and I wouldn't really objectify them because it's really useless now.
Yeah, it is
I am
useless.
kind of contradicting with what I said, that actually at least you can speak about it.
Do you
but
consider yourself a leftist?
No.
Okay.
You can call me an extremist though.
At this point, just blaming the government is like अम्मी ने नहीं किया इसलिए मैंने भी नहीं किया.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
that's
मैं
how
तो शेर नू वोट पावांगी.
You see, that's just it. It's like कि government के पे आप सारा इल्जाम डाल के
your personal opinion.
Right.
This is all what it takes to get things better, whether it be from your domestic problems to the problems that a nation face.
Yeah.
Your personal opinion and your balance in life.
Judgmental नहीं होना आप पे बस.
Judgmental नहीं होना.
Judgmental नहीं होना.
Yeah.
Mental हो
Motto
जाना.
of this
Judgmental नहीं होना.
motto of this podcast, judgmental
Mental नहीं होना आपने.
ठीक है,
Yeah.
हमें भी जज ना कीजिएगा.
Yeah.
हाँ.
Yeah.
I am pretty sure, like, as soon as this podcast gets live, people are gonna be like, यार एक तो पता नहीं क्या अंग्रेजी बोलते रहता है, because I actually get called out for that. I really suck at just
पॉडकास्ट में भी इन्होंने यही सारी बातें करनी होती है जो हमें सोशल मीडिया पे मिल जाती है. What's
हाँ.
new in this?
लेकिन they don't know ना कि we are living amongst them and we are talking about the things that they are facing.
Yeah.
At least we are bold enough to speak the truth.
Exactly. I mean, some people would even be like कि यार क्या बातें करते रहते हो.
I hope this doesn't go, viral. As such viral
I
as
hope
I
it does.
I hope it does. I hope
it does.
I hope
Chalo,
as
majority-
much as people, as many people can just get.
John है ना, उसने famous नहीं
Advantage.
था ना.
न- कसम खुदा
और
की.
फिर मैं
I don't
और
want to
फिर
get
मैं
famous.
सलार शाह बनी.
You know the Salar
I just saw the movie, and at first I was like, ha, John. And then I was like, no, not John at all.
Yeah.
Okay. No,
So,
that's good.
yeah. Okay.
Valentine's Day aa raha hai. What are your plans?
Well, my plan is to, do the photo shoot of this couple who wants to get their Valentine's Day shoot done.
Oh,
Work,
nice.
Shoot them dead. You're gonna shoot them dead.
Like, are they engaged or something?
Photo shoot. Yeah, they are engaged. It's gonna be their first
Mashallah.
Valentine's together, and these are my favorite
My
clients ever.
God.
Mashallah.
Yeah.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah.
So what have you planned?
My plan is to only work. I wish I had a Valentine to spend the Valentine's
My plan
Day
for
with.
Valentine's Day is कि मैं सुबह फजर के टाइम रोजा रखूंगी and by maghrib I'll have a date.
Okay. We get it.
Pun,
We get it.
pun very much intended.
Yeah.
We get it.
You actually had me.
I also
In the
thought
evening,
date.
I'll have a
Okay.
date.
हाँ ठीक है.
Yeah.
You know, it's this thing that
halal way, you know.
हाँ Valentine's Day नहीं मनाना चाहिए हमें. अम्मा क्या सोचेंगे?
Oh no. I'd rather
I'd
rather give you flowers every day.
Yeah, I'd rather give you flowers with cake every day.
Oh no.
But I think it should be normalized, like Mother's Day and Father's Day. People do tend to say कि Father's Day तो एक दिन क्यों बाप को देना है? आप पूरा साल दो बाप को.
ये
But-
कहकर जो
एक दिन देना होता है वो भी नहीं देते.
वही ना कि जो आपका एक स्पेसिफिक दिन है पूरी दुनिया का, मतलब कि everybody is celebrating it.
Yeah.
Please try to contribute something good in it
Yeah,
and try to
it's
make
just
something
you're
good out
making-
of it.
Yeah, you're just making somebody's day special. And what else? नहीं जी.
Well,
हर दिन स्पेशल होना चाहिए.
माँ का दिन तो सारा दिन होता है और माँ फिर पूरा साल बना रही है खाना. Like basically housewives just do that. ठीक है, हमारी जितनी अम्मियाँ हैं they do
Mashallah.
what do you
basically.
mean? कितनी अम्मियाँ?
हम
I have
तीनों
a lot
की
of mothers.
हम तीनों
I have a lot of mothers, but my favorite
Rohani.
is my mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah, you've got me in the corner now.
Yeah.
All female
मैंने
squad
party
now.
बदल ली. Feminism, man.
Feminism. We're making
This
sure
is not. This is वो
Equity.
we're just making sure we're not victimizing ourselves.
we're just
and when
on
we don't
guard and
victimize,
alert.
when we don't
I do
victimize
like to cook,
ourselves,
by the
then
way.
एक minute.
एक
I
मिनट.
was being
Okay.
I was just realizing if we don't victimize ourselves, we can just get the meals victimized.
See, it's just one way or the other. There's no, सुलह सफाई से रहे.
सुलह सफाई से रहना.
But
सुलह
that's the
सफाई
point
से.
of, like, I mean, feminism, like, Emma Watson की speech मैंने सुनी थी GUN में.
Yeah, I am the one who agrees with the feminism that Emma Watson think feminism is.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
like,
I should listen to it.
मसला ये नहीं है कि feminism का मतलब क्या है. इन्होंने मसला ये बना दिया कि इसको feminism क्यों कहते हैं.
इसको feminism क्यों कहते हैं? Yeah, and she was
Oh,
just telling.
Okay.
Yeah, she's like, it's about equal men and women.
Mm.
It's not about just women.
It's
Getting more
about-
superior.
It's about women should have the right to own the property. Women should have the right to walk on the roads as per man does. Women should have.
Women should have as equal rights as men do. And neither should have, कि मतलब कि उसने ये चीज कर लिया तो तुम्हारे लिए ये चीज नहीं है.
Mhm.
Yep. And
Yeah,
I
it's
think
that.
that's what Malala also said in one of her interviews. But she is not that much, famous, and she is very degraded amongst Pakistani. As
Okay, so what do you have to say about Malala? Because I think that, of course, after getting famous, she did a lot for Pakistan and
Yeah.
just,
लेकिन
making-
she got nominated for Nobel,
अमेरिका ने
dude.
उसको
It's a
Nobel.
big,
hire किया हुआ है.
it's a big thing.
But what she got famous is an absurd reason. Like there are plenty of people out there who got martyred by the terrorists, but she was the one who got shot by a terrorist,
It's
and then she
all
just
very
got
bizarre to me.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
would prefer not to comment on it because, you
Why?
guys can talk about it.
You
Because
hate
it's
her?
very no. It's like it's very bizarre to me. मुझे उसके बारे में इतना नहीं पता, ना ही मैं कुछ खास इंटरेस्ट से उसके
Because
बारे में
I've
पता
heard
करती हूँ.
she wrote an essay about women education in
Yeah,
Pakistan
that too. Yeah.
and a
yeah,
blog.
yeah.
That is why the terrorist, attacked her specifically. And then
Okay.
afterwards, because if you read her book,
Yeah.
she basically explains how she got famous and
If
stuff.
we are talking about Malala, why didn't if we know about the people that are right here, why didn't we actually talk about Afifa?
Right.
Go on.
Please
you
tell
know?
us.
She was the one who was present in there because if she was the one who was the surgeon and who was just operating people for free, specifically women, and then she got imprisoned for that.
Wow.
Like we don't really give a shit about that, but we are actually talking about Malala because she actually got the more limelight than the Afifa.
Yeah.
It's just I'm not taking side of Malala or
No,
anyone.
I am not either. I'm not actually canceling her. I'm not saying that she has done nothing, But I'm just talking about the mentality of people that we just take seconds to get anybody up on the roof and then just seconds to just drop anybody down the bed.
Like TikTok.
Yeah.
एक
TikTok.
second लगता है. एक second लगता है. And then just sometime later.
की चीजें.
Exactly. Like, I mean, you were just like, ये podcast viral ना हो जाए.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Bro, such intellectual things do not go viral. What
Yeah,
gets viral is
exactly.
party हो रही है.
No, उसको decade हो गया है. Decade ज्यादा कह दिया मैंने, साल हो गया है.
साल हो गया उसको.
Wow.
Like people are not interested into things they should be interested in, and it all
Right.
starts with individual mentality.
Exactly.
TikTok पे भी मैंने यही देखा है, मतलब कि good stuff has also been posted there, but it does not get
It
as
doesn't
viral.
Yeah, exactly.
As viral as slow mos and then some mujra
बस
videos.
जी, हमने आहिस्ता से चल के दिखाना है.
नहीं हमने
Yep.
चलना तेज है लेकिन फोन से आहिस्ता कर देना.
बस
चलना
हमारी वही
तेज है,
काफी
फोन
है.
से आहिस्ता कर
Correcting
रहे
you.
हैं.
चलिए, not an iPhone user.
No,
Neither a
iPhone?
TikTok user. I don't know how that
It
works.
has nothing to do with your iPhone, but yeah. Anyways,
iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
iPhone.
Come on.
Android is very friendly.
Yeah. iPhone gives you a hard time.
And then you say कि वो society ऐसी होनी चाहिए.
No, I am making sure. Like Android is so easy to use. What's the point?
The whole point is for it to be easy to use.
The whole point is to test how hard can you get through
It's
things.
only a phone.
No.
Well,
It's
it all
about
starts with small steps.
if you don't want to socialize. I've seen people that if you don't want to socialize, you are an iOS user. If you want to socialize, you're an Android user.
I have an Android and people complain all the time कि मैं अपना phone नहीं उठाती. And this- It's all
what?
about you.
आप अपना
Yeah.
फोन क्यों नहीं उठाती वैसे?
Well,
Silent पे
I
होता
want
है.
the answer to.
Silent पे होता है,
हमारा
मुझे
तो
पता
उठा
नहीं
लिए
चलता.
गए.
हाँ.
Silent पे होता है, मुझे पता नहीं चलता. That's
Okay.
all I have because that's actually what it is.
Do you
I
have any
keep it-
pet peeves, by the way, both of you?
I do actually. What about you? You go first.
Well,
You're the guest.
yeah, the most weird pet peeve that I have is I get very irritated when there is somebody who just burps.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Is it supposed to be considered as a pet peeve?
Yes, it does, because pet peeves are basically the things that are very normal, but then you're irritated with them.
You're annoyed and agitated because
Yeah.
that's happening.
Right. I know
Yeah.
that. I know the literal meaning of that. I googled it too.
What?
Angrezi log, you know.
Yeah, whitewash too. Anyways, do you have any pet peeve?
I do have a pet peeve.
I started
What?
thinking I am the host.
My pet peeve.
Collaboration.
No, it's good. Podcast
friends.
does mean that
We're
you know
friends. We switch
Yeah.
roles all the time.
my pet peeve is that I don't like loud music in cafeterias.
True that. I
Like,
really, really
My-
want to.
I
want
don't
to-
go to the university cafeteria just because बहुत धूमचक हो रही होती है वहाँ पे.
Thumchak.
It's like धूमचक.
Well, I am gonna
The
get
waiter
a
can't hear you.
petition signed for the banishment of the music in the cafe.
I totally will not.
Like
support
live
that.
music is good.
Why?
Yeah, even live music is good, but I mean, ठीक है, आप loud ना करो, but इतना तो करो कि सबको सुनाई दे रहा है.
Exactly, but you know that the
ठीक है.
base is very high, and I am being migraine patient, and the people who are actually
I
facing the
enjoy it
chronic
both.
diseases, it gets hard for them.
वेटर आपको नहीं सुन सकता, आप वेटर को नहीं सुन सकते.
हाँ, that is very like. हाँ.
Why
ठीक है,
are
वहाँ
we
तक
even
तो ठीक है.
discussing for the betterment of the canteen? We were supposed to discuss the betterment
मेरा
of
pet
people.
peeve क्या होता है?
क्या होता है
क्या
आपको
होता
pet peeve?
मेरा pet peeve ये questions. मुझे questions and commands. ये
And
कर लो.
dictation.
अब तो बिल्कुल नहीं करना. ऐसा क्यों कर रही हो तुम, मैं क्यों बताऊं?
She's pretty stubborn, but
Boss lady.
boss lady.
I mean, मुझसे
Well-
कोई प्यार से बात करे, मैं you know
Yeah.
that. You also
I know that.
You should know that.
Yeah.
What? Okay. लेकिन इस तरह कोई कहते हैं यार जे ऐसे कर लो, जे ये क्या हो रहा था, क्यों हो रहा था, अच्छा वजह बताओ, मजीद बताओ, बताती जाओ. I don't talk that much about things and then they ask me about things like that and I'm like, shut up. Please just shut up.
Yeah.
Trying
I've
to
gotten
understand.
and I've gotten into fights because of this too.
Oh.
I can totally believe that.
Can you
Yeah.
control your pet peeve?
No, I cannot.
Can you control yours?
I try to.
Well, I think we should try to control our pet peeves. That's why they are called pet peeves in the first place.
Okay.
Well,
Trigger point.
It's not important that much.
if there is something that actually has something to correlate with the ethicals, like
Yeah,
as per
yeah,
you're saying,
exactly.
if you just get yourself, adjust with it, then you're taking the chance away from the people to get better. Like
Right.
if the music is high and then you are like, I don't like it and it's very annoying, which it is, and you'd be like, I need to control my pet peeve instead of getting that person better.
I like loud music, but not at a cafeteria or at a restaurant.
Exactly. What's
I'm supposed to be there. मैं खाना खाने आया हूँ यार.
you're
मैं मेहंदी
there
पे
to
नहीं
relax.
नहीं आया.
हाँ. मैं वलीमे पे नहीं आया.
You're there to relax, na?
I'm trying to get my mind off to something and वो मेरे कानों में वो I don't know what to say now.
So
It's enjoyable if you're alone.
no, it's
No,
not.
it's not.
Yes, it is, because when you're alone, you're just enjoying
अगर
the music
आपकी
and
playlist
eating.
लगी है तो it's enjoyable.
Yeah,
But
it depends
mostly,
on the playlist.
If you've been to Pakistani restaurants, you know कौन सी playlist लगी होती है.
एडवर्ड माया का गाना तो जरूर लगा होता है.
Accent का भी लगा होता है.
Well, I want to know if you guys read.
I do read.
Author present.
Well, yeah, we do have an author.
Do
with
you
us.
You do read? What do you read?
Well, my favorite genre is magic realism.
Okay.
I love reading.
I like
Marketing
self-healing.
Strategy 101. मेरी book पढ़े सारे. I've written
Well, yeah, I have read that book and it's amazing. Like you just get into that particular kingdom and you just keep on going there. You just don't get out of it.
not to blow off her excitement, लेकिन उसमें कोई kingdom नहीं है.
No, I am telling. I'm telling like this is the book,
do
and
get
then
you,
you're just
yeah.
in the kingdom of the book,
Yeah.
not the
Right.
kingdom of what's present in the book. Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay.
What's your favorite genre?
See, this is my favorite topic. Books.
What's your
Hermione Granger 101.
Okay.
What's your favorite genre? I asked
Acha, not John?
you.
Okay. My favorite genre is adventure / romance.
What's
Okay.
your favorite genre?
I started reading of books like self-healing books,
Mm-hmm.
like Mark Ranson and Harry Kissinger.
Subtle art of not giving up.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Exactly.
we're not supposed to say the word because it's
I
Voldemort.
didn't.
I will just censor it. Don't worry.
The
Okay.
thing that must not
So-
be mentioned.
Yeah. So I started off reading those books and it got me in this delusional dilemma of a situation that I tried to follow every step like it was supposed to be a good book. You know what a good book is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Asmani Kitabe.
Yeah.
But it's not a good book. It's written by mere human beings like us who are fractured with their
It's
souls
really-
departed and
Opinionated and
right.
Yeah. Exactly. And like we are just as damaged as them.
Yeah.
We are reading for the healing of ourselves just like they did for themselves. But again, all of us have the different potentials to heal.
Yes.
As far as I can, like, I haven't read any self-healing book or something like that because I don't, I'd rather read articles about things like that कि आप इस चीज़ से सफ़र कर रहे थे तो आपने उस चीज़ से get through किस तरह किया, rather than कि rich dad poor dad, मैं rich नहीं था, मेरा दोस्त rich होता था, मैंने उसके अब्बा से सीखा. And you just, it's like very exaggerated for me. Like, I haven't read any, so I can't really pass any judgment about it. Like, I think and I
Well,
assume.
Being a businessman, I have like learned a lot because of books about business.
Right.
So like when there are people that actually are there where you want to be, at least one out of their 100 sayings, one can benefit you.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
You must have like everybody has heard this one thing that if you're good at something, never do it for free,
Heath
Joker
Ledger.
101.
Joker.
right?
Batman.
So I believe that books are there to teach you
I'm
things.
a good friend. Everybody pay me.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is do not do not interrupt me.
Sorry.
What I'm trying to say is that books are there to teach you what your whole life would teach you. Like a book is literally the conclusion of a person's
Of a
life.
certain
You're,
person.
sli-
Yeah.
you're saying, you're slaying, by the way.
That too. Yeah, you too.
Human.
Yeah.
So you're saying basically that a book is sort of a guideline for us, showing us the guideline, or it's like a map.
Yeah, depends upon what guideline you actually require.
Guideline reminded me of a reference.
What
Well, we
reference?
want you to put it there.
It's not a code.
Okay, so
They're just mere guidelines.
Yeah. Okay.
never mind. Talking
Yeah.
about books, have you visited TUF library?
Yes,
Because
I
you're
have.
in the debating alliance as well.
Yes, I have, but I am really, really disappointed because there are only academic books.
Okay, so what do you expect there to be?
Well, I expect there to be the fiction, then non-fiction, and then some
Biographies.
literary books and biographies, and then history books, and then something related to mental health as well, then something related to psychology. I love reading about psychology.
Me too.
And
Oh.
these once again, these small steps are what makes things better.
See, that's the point of, spreading awareness. कि like
Yeah.
कि जब आप जिधर आपका like दिन का like आपके पूरे दिन का आधा दिन उस जगह गुजर रहा है जहाँ पे आपको awareness ही नहीं दिए जा रहे.
Yeah.
What
I
do you
see.
expect for them to learn? What do you like अभी recently एक उस्ताद हैं हमारे,
जी.
उन्होंने कहा कि हम यहाँ बच्चे ग्रूम करने लाते हैं, ठीक है.
Mhm.
And I mean, I've noticed कि यूनिवर्सिटी की बात हो रही है. I mean, it's like फैसलाबाद में मुझे TUF के अलावा for now कोई इतना खास हौसला नहीं पड़ा कहीं जाने का.
Yeah.
Shout out to TUF.
Shout out to TUF for handling me. देखो मैं अपने साथ बहुत अवाम लेकर आई हूँ.
I am one of them, but I really, really second that because there are literally universities in a city like Faisalabad. Like, they have everything. Everything. Every possible thing. They have students. They have, the
Recognition.
big recognition, and then they have big campuses. But they don't have what it takes to
See,
grow
it's
the
just it's
student.
just that कि मतलब आपने जी बिल्डिंग खड़ी कर ली, आपने बच्चे घुसा दिए, टीचर दे दिए. But when it comes to actual grooming and more opportunities and everything, and they just lack that.
Exactly. I remember
Does
I
TUF
went
lack that?
No,
Are you-
no, I like मुझे जो बाकी यूनिवर्सिटीज
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, do you have no offense to you?
TUF has given me this opportunity to actually start with my university.
Yeah, TUF has given me an opportunity to be on the show.
Yeah.
Right.
So
So, I think it's about time that we should, wrap
yeah,
up this
okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, last thing.
last thing.
Can we have a last thing?
Last thing. We
Yeah.
are going to have a last thing.
Yeah. Okay, back to the fact के मतलब how would you two, John, like how would you both recommend to peers and people who are tuning in right now,
Mm.
how should they balance their life, their education, and if they're working their work, and if they're facing something serious,
Yeah. Well, when it comes to you working, or when even for you guys, when it comes to you working along with your academics, do one thing. Do not stop believing in yourself. Second thing, make sure that you have everything scheduled. And if something goes out of schedule, do not really
Right.
get anxious about it because
Yeah,
of course
beat yourself up
inconvenience
about it, कि like
inconvenience
Yes,
are a
hope
part of
and
life and
yeah.
you didn't fail. And then I would really recommend that if you're going through something like that, if you're going through any anxiety or any depression or any mental health related problem, then just wake up every day and write down 3 things that you have been feeling lately every day, and you just keep the check if any of these are getting better for a week. But if it stays continuous, you definitely need a therapist. And do not really get embarrassed for approaching a therapist. It's important for you.
It's okay not to be okay.
Yeah, it's okay not to be
And
okay.
it's okay to ask for help.
Right.
And it's okay to
What-
accept you the way you are, whether if you're from a broken
What about
family,
you?
About
from
me.
a low financial family, it's okay to be that. Anyways, yeah.
Right. So
Broke check.
Yeah.
broke for life
Broke for life.
because बहुत पैसे खर्चता हूँ मैं बहुत ज़्यादा.
Shockers.
You know,
Financial literacy.
Yeah.
You need to learn it from me.
In other
No.
words, Shekhi.
what people need to learn from me is if you're getting hefty amounts as a monthly salary,
Yeah.
you're not supposed to be wasting it off. You're supposed to be saving it. As we were talking about
Okay.
being broke, so
Yeah.
I've
Okay.
just said it.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that, yeah, I do second to that you need to, write things which are irritating you,
Yeah.
and you need to, check in on that,
Mhm.
that whether they are still there or, some sort of magically disappeared. They don't disappear in fact, they just, they don't go away. They just hide it.
They just get engraved down there in
Yeah.
your heart, and they just
Like,
pop up at times in uglier forms.
exactly.
Trick
Now,
points.
during my COVID, like,
Yeah.
when I was in the quarantine, when everybody was in the quarantine, when it was a very big thing and a serious thing,
Yes, exactly.
I tried to schedule my timetable for stuff.
Yeah.
And it did actually help me a lot,
Yeah.
overcoming a lot of, what you can say, mental depression,
Yeah.
anxiety issue, and, not trying to go away from home
Hmm.
and not, staying on bed and watching Netflix and stuff. You
Yeah.
don't do that.
Yeah.
You try to do something creative.
Productive.
And
जितना
take
दिमाग
at
खपाओगे,
least, it's very rare now that people barely take some time out for themselves. Take at least 10 to 20 minutes to either oil your hair or to either give your own
6 grease usually.
6 grease.
6 degrees
Like you
check.
can use my hair oil. But yeah, give 20 minutes at least for yourself to actually self-analyze how your day went every day.
Yeah.
And it helps.
And it does actually. And I would also add on this कि एकदम से करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है.
Yeah.
You know.
You have to give time to it.
Yeah. You don't just
Start
get up.
praying.
आज मैंने बालों पे oil लगाना है, and then you just get caught up in the whirlwind of it all, and you just forget, and you're like मैंने नहीं लगाया.
मैंने नहीं लगाया.
You know, it's okay. It's just one step at a time, one day.
Yeah.
It's like my motto, one day at a time.
One step at a time.
One day at a time. एक दिन गुजार लो, अगले
I
दिन
think
की
it's a
अगले
tablet for antidepressants.
Yeah.
दिन. One day
You
at a time.
need friends like the friends I have to get
Yeah,
get rid of
like
depression.
You know, it has personally helped me a lot. Exams का pressure है, peer pressure है बहुत ज़्यादा, and I'm just like, stop, breathe, one day at a time.
Yeah.
आज ये मसला है, सबसे important.
Yeah.
We're gonna tackle that. The rest we can handle tomorrow. Does not mean you can procrastinate. Because my lazy self does that.
Well, I know what you just censored, but it's okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this was University Hour. I think it's about time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was lovely having you as a co-host, Joveri, and it was lovely
Okay.
having you as a guest,
Yeah.
Indeed.
Ribal. We talked about mental health, we talked about sexual harassment, and we talked about
University.
gender differences, and we talked about university life and all the stuff that happens in the university
business and
and the
Practical
business that
life.
you run.
yeah, practical
Yeah,
life.
Practical
Yeah.
life.
If you have
And
any sales going on,
acceptance.
please let me
If our
know.
parents could see this, they'd be so proud. हमारे बच्चों को कितनी समझ है.
साढ़े बच्चे रेडियो ते जाए नहीं.
Or probably they are gonna
They're
think
like, तो university
बनते
ये
बाहर
सब
यहाँ
करने जाती है.
नहीं, they are gonna definitely say यहाँ पर क्या बन रहे हैं, घर में क्या होता है.
हाँ, शोर शराबा मचाया.
शोर शराबा.
रोला इन्होंने अड्डा पाया होता है.
Yeah.
Okay.
चलो.
So
Signing off.
signing off. Okay.
Yeah.
You take care of
You too, everyone. चलो.
See you
Allah
soon.
Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.